Good morning, everybody. So, continuing with our program of relationships. Till yesterday, we worked on relationship with our spouse, our self-love, self-relationship. Today, we are going to cover up the topic of relationship with others. When I say others, that includes your nearby people, your family, your friends, your extended family. So let's today first understand normally what happens, what sort of relationship do we share. So when I say my relationship with others, what happens is my relationship can be two ways. It can either be a karmic relationship or as I put it up, that it can be a non karmic relationship. There are certain people who tell us that my relationship is very karmic. Probably that's what I am giving back to them of my past life, or probably that is what I am doing there. So when I say that my relationship is karmic, what do I require to do about it? Like, what is the point of discussing the relationship which is karmic? And then it just simply means that the karmic relationship reflects your learning that you require to go through it. The learning that what is that other person teaching you. When you understand what is the other person teaching you, then you can release that person from the obligation of teaching you that. Second, to be able to disconnect your energy code with them. The forgiveness is the biggest protection. So, forgiving the self for what is happening and forgiving the other person for what has happened. That is the second thing that we do. The third thing is many times it is an energy exchange. For example, if I took a 500 rupees loan from somebody in my other lifetime, and if I have not paid, no matter what, I require to pay it. So how I what I experienced, so releasing people while doing the energy exchange also, without getting angry, without feeling that why the other person is not understanding me, because that is the way they are giving you opportunity to finish your energy exchange and to be able to move on as or at a soul level. Now let us look at the non-karmic zone also. Can you please start sharing the slides? So the non-karmic one is also majority time is the pattern of this lifetime. It is happening something which is a learning of me for this particular lifetime. Again, any learning always requires the forgiveness. I cannot say that without me holding that anger towards other person I can resolve my karmas, or without building new karmas in that relationship. So forgiveness is again a very very important aspect of it. Forgiving others and forgiving the self. Majority time we get stuck when it comes to forgiveness towards the self, because there is a constant duality and where we feel that okay, but why did I act so stupid and dumb at that point of time? Why couldn't I speak up? I should have done that. I should have spoken like this to that person. And that doesn't allow us to forgive ourselves. How can we be liberated with the same? And to just move on. If I am constantly thinking of what's not working in my relationship, how do you have time to have your own dreams and goals to fulfill? Your dreams, your goals require you to focus on that. If majority of time, 90% of your time is invested into what other person are not doing for you rather than what I can do for myself. How can I move on? So just move on from that. When I say moving on, I'm not saying moving on from the relationship. If it is meant, you may. Moving on from your own thought process, I mean, your own thought process which has caged you. You are stuck with your own thought process. This is not working. This is not working. Why is this person not doing this with me? So, what I mean to say is moving on from that. Yeah. So, let us now understand what happens when do I actually get hurt in any relationship. I get hurt when I have a lack of clarity of what I am expecting, what I am wanting, and what is the definition of that relationship. How do I define? For example, is my relationship with my spouse? What are the three main categories that is my prerequisite? Is that the friendship that we share? How do I define friendship? The friendship is something where you feel very free to speak to them about how you feel without the fear of judgment. And that is what you expect. Did I have that clarity before I attracted the partner? Do I have the clarity? How do I define a family? How do I define friends? If my friends are constantly demanding that you do that, then you are my friend. If you don't act like this, then you are not my friend. Probably, even if that friend doesn't remain in my life, I'm nothing to lose because probably that doesn't come in my definition of friendship. So, whenever there is a lack of clarity, we are operating constantly out of people pleasing personalities, fear of what if I'll hurt, then I have not defined. Like how we say, family is someone who understands you, who is always there for you. So, if my family is unable to understand me, obviously at some level, I am also unable to understand my family. And that foundation is not created only. Why is it not created? Because probably it has been told to me that your respect that you show to your elders is only when you touch their feet, only when you speak in a particular way. Probably is that reflecting in your action of what you are doing? If it is not reflecting in your action, how do you call it respect? So lack of clarity brings a lot of confusion in a relationship. Unfulfilled expectations. We expect something out of that relationship, and when we do not get that as we want it, it is not that probably your significant one, the people around you, they don't, they are not doing anything for you. But probably they are not doing it the way in which you are expecting them. So that unfulfilled expectations hurt me. And there is no boundaries in a relationship. When you break the boundaries, you give the right to others to break the boundaries. The boundaries always make your relationship stronger. The boundaries is that you cannot treat a person in a particular way. You cannot speak to them in a particular way. You do not, it's not your birthright that the other person has to do it for you. So there are a lot of boundaries that requires to be created. So coming to the next point, ideally when I get hurt, what do I get succumbed to and what do I do in that situation? I operate with fear. What will happen now? What if that other person will leave me? What if they will speak bad about me and they will start doing that? Or I'm angry about it. I will feel very sad and I'm crying out in that situation. Probably some people do not know, so they will represent their anger in the form of shouting. Don't you understand? I had asked you to do this. Are you dumb? Don't you understand that things happen like that? I asked you to do that. The simple thing you can't do, or you pick up your phone and you start gossiping about it with your friends or people who are your punching board, who will simply listen to you. That is nothing else than gossip. And the most important one, which I think majority people get trapped into, is getting into the poor me syndrome. So somewhere a part of us start feeling, I did everything in this relationship. I am always a giver. But for some reason, somehow, it always happens that other person does not understand me. I am a victim. And you start feeling sympathizing with yourself, crying and feeling that it is poor me. So, ideally, will that help me? Does your anger, crying, fear, shouting, gossiping, remaining in poor me syndrome is getting you out of that problem? Probably never, because it attracts more. That's the energy you vibrate with. So, ideally, what will help me in this situation? What do I require to do? So, what do I do in this situation is very different than what am I required to do to resolve the situation. So, let's move towards the resolution part of it. So, when I need to look at the resolution part of it, rather than focusing on what is not working for me, what do I require to do to let it work for me? So, the first and foremost important part is release your toxic emotions, not through anger, crying, gossiping. Use it. There are scientific tools to release it. What we are doing while doing the B technique, we are releasing that toxic emotions. So, what we do when we do that meditation, we are helping you to connect to subconscious and giving you a way out to release the toxic emotions. When we are doing the downloads, we are helping you to release the toxic emotions at a cellular level. They are stored in your DNA, they are at your cellular level. So there are many tools available which helps you to release that toxic emotions. Till the time there is a lot of mud in the water, with time it may settle down and I may feel that the water is clean at the surface. It just requires time. That's why many people say that time is the best solution. With time, everything will change, every relationship changes because that mud starts settling down. But the minute there is something that will move that glass little bit, the mud will again come on the surface and the water will become muddy. What is the solution to release and get that mud out from that water? So, releasing toxic emotions is very, very important. Build myself up. If I am constantly being vulnerable, then it is like I constantly fear what if I will get this problem? What if the COVID will happen? What if tomorrow I get fear? What if it is dengue? What if it is this, is that? Rather than constantly focusing on what problem can come to me, if I start building myself up and build my immunity, build, start keeping my house in a particular way, get systems into me. So build yourself up emotionally. Very, very important. Empower yourself to be able to look at the situations differently and to be able to act in a situation differently. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, build yourself up. That's the only thing which will help you in to deal with any problem in life. Nothing else is going to come to your rescue. You are the one who is going to help yourself. Get clarity. If you are in that situation, why am I in this situation? What got me in that situation? Why am I still choosing to remain in this situation? What is the best way out? So build that bridge between your expectation and the ground reality. That this is the ground reality. This is what I am choosing to remain in this relationship for my X, Y, Z, any reasons. If I'm choosing to be in that relationship, this is where my expectations are, and this is probably where my reality is. Let me reach and create a bridge here to be once I go, I allow that bridge to happen. And that bridge happens the minute I am creating a bridge. There is a lot of acceptance of the situation, acceptance of my own self, acceptance of others. This is how they are. This is what they are. And most important things, please learn to draw boundaries and respect the boundaries that others also draw with you. Boundaries are never something which is wrong. Many times we judge it. Somebody saying no to us as an insult, as a rejection. On the contrary, this boundaries defines the relationship and allows the relationship to grow very beautifully. When you start being careful of where your boundaries are lying, and you, even if it is your own child, even if it is like how people say, you may want your child to do a particular thing. Does your child want to do the same thing? Are you the one always controlling and defining what they should do, how they should do? Because probably you have the understanding, you feel that I have experience and I am the one. Rather than you draw a boundary and allow them to have the need and they come to you and ask for it, it has been valued and probably they will take it also. When people want to change, then they are willing to change and they put in their efforts. Boundaries in how you communicate. If you talk to them, insulting them. So, like boundaries in many aspects of it. You have not bought them. Even if it is your house help, you can't treat them. You have not bought a human being that you treat them in a particular way. So, draw boundaries, start taking simply the steps to be able to resolve that. So I want to start doing the downloads for the each one of the point that I put in here. So I want each one to close their eyes. And as you close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in. And now connecting to your own self. Would you like to know what it feels like to have the resolution mindset rather than the victim mindset? And you know how to have that through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to deal with this situation, focusing on the resolution of it. I know when to do that. It is safe for me to get things resolved. It is possible to resolve, and I'm deserving of the resolution that life offers to me without me getting stuck or being addicted to. Poor me syndrome, without me wanting to draw attention as poor me syndrome, without me feeling there is no way out without me being stagnant, being stuck, being angry, being black and blue, without me being pathetic, without me crying, without me howling, without me inviting a disease, without me constantly wanting to draw sympathy, and without me being in any sort of imbalance into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best in my highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded, whoever says yes now and later, while listening to the recording, in any language that they ever have listened or understand. These feelings we instilled for the highest and best in the highest and best possible way for them. Thank you. I know what it feels like to resolve my karmas with peace and very gently, and that it is completely possible. I allow my higher self to guide me with the resolution of my karmic obligation. May that be any vow, oath, contract, commitment, promise, obligation, blessing that I may have taken in with people around me. May that be being tied down by any curse. I know what it feels like to release myself from any cage that I may have created, knowingly or unknowingly through my own thought forms and my own limiting beliefs. I allow myself to move on from my karmic and non karmic relationship, which has become painful and toxic, and that I know how to redefine, reevaluate, and work towards a resolution for each one of those relationships with the energy of forgiveness towards the self and others, and being able to take the steps on of the resolution without fearing change, and that it is completely possible. I know how to do this easily, effortlessly, and gracefully. When is and in what way to do that, allowing my higher self and angel guides to guide me at every step. It is safe for me. It is possible, and I'm deserving of living a very, very happy, healthy relationship, creating a very happy and healthy environment into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best and the highest and best possible way for me. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, show me. Please say yes to receive these feelings. I understand boundaries through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to respect and honor others' boundaries. I know how to be respected and honored for my boundaries. I know how to respect and honor myself for drawing boundaries in every relationship. And that it is safe, it is possible, and I'm deserving of drawing boundaries. I have boundaries. I live my daily life with boundaries. Into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best in my highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Please say yes to receive these feelings. I know how to establish clarity in every relationship. I know what it feels like to have the understanding of what has caused the effect that I'm experiencing right now, allowing myself to access the law of cause and effect and being able to change the effect by changing the cause, and that it is possible. I understand law of attraction through creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of creator of all that is. I know how to attract beautiful relationships in my life based on mutual trust, faith, love, light, healing, and a healthy relationship, and to know that it is completely possible. I attract healthy relationship. I have healthy boundaries and relationship with myself, and as a result, I show the effect in all my relationship that it reflects on with having healthy relationship with people around me. I know how to create this. I know that it is safe, it is possible. I'm deserving of having healthy relationships into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best in my highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Please say yes to receive these feelings. I know what it feels like to release the toxicity from my relationships and being impervious to toxicity and negativity. I know how to have the discernment, understanding discernment through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is in every relationship, and that it is completely possible to have relationship, the communication, connection in every relationship, being impervious to negativity, having the discernment, having the boundaries, having a healthy line, healthy connection, healthy communication, and releasing any toxicity knowingly, unknowingly that I may have acquired at my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level, at my financial level, that may be defining my relationship health, be released easily, effortlessly, and gracefully with the guidance of my higher consciousness and being able to tune into the divine voice in me and allowing the divine to work through me, guiding and assisting me with the release of this toxic emotions into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best in the highest and best possible way for me. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Please say yes to receive these feelings. I know what it feels like to build in relationships based on mutual trust, faith, love, care, articulating our feelings, mutual understanding, respect, honor, and respecting and honoring others also for who they are, what they are, and how they are, allowing myself to be respected and honored by others for who I am, what I am, and how I am, and that it is completely possible. I know how to do that, and I choose to live my daily life with this energy. into every cell of my body, every area of my life, at all the four level of my beliefs, for my highest and best, in my highest and best possible way. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, show me. Please say yes to receive these feelings. You have the permission to pass unconditional love and light and healing to your relationships and you. If you say yes, thank you. Yeah, you can all open your eyes now. So the downloads ideally open up and create a channel for you and create a new neuropath at your cellular level. If you start taking actions, it starts changing your reality. They are very, very powerful. If your realities are not yet changing and you still feel being stuck, it for sure requires a lot of digging. Digging is a process in theta healing, where with each limiting belief, each thing that happens in my life, I go on questioning and go deeper to identify what is causing it and why am I holding on to it. And in that case, the digging process, if I wish it changes reality, but if it is still a slow process and if it is not, that is simply an indication that you need a professional help for that, either through the sessions or learning it and empowering it. We strongly are an advocate of learning it because every time while creating, if I don't have an awareness of what I am creating, I go on piling up. If I don't have an awareness of being able to handle it differently, I go on piling it up. But the download still will change a lot of reality for us. So, thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow we will work on relationship at the workplace. Anything particular that you want us to address, please put it on the message on our Facebook or YouTube. It becomes easier because that way we can compile it and can help you. With lots and lots of gratitude, wishing you all very, very healthy relationship that you create for yourself, with yourself and others, and that way creating a beautiful world and joining our mission of SESTA to be able to see emotionally empowered world. Thank you for joining and wishing you all an amazing, beautiful, happy, healthy day. See you all tomorrow, 9 o'clock sharp. Thank you.